This is a dang good chicken parm, the kind where a crusty cutlet gets absolutely drenched in sauce and still stays crispy. It feels like witchcraft, especially when every recipe on the internet warns you to go light on the sauce or the whole thing will collapse. But the Italians have been doing the opposite for ages. If cotoletta la bolognese taught us anything, it's this. You don't need to fear the sauce, you just need a cutlet built to survive it. And no matter how you make your chicken parm today, I want to give you a few simple fixes that'll make yours feel a little more festive. And frankly, a version you'll keep coming back to long after the holidays are over. Let's go. Start with boneless, skinless chicken breast. Split each one like so and pound it thin. Not paper thin, just even. Doing this helps flatten out the thicker parts of the meat for even cooking. Also, more surface area means more breading, which means more crunch. If you want a richer, more forgiving cutlet, use boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Same drill, plastic wrap on top, and then pound it until even. Now here's the first fix. Salt the chicken and let it rest on a wire rack in the fridge, at least 10 minutes and up to a couple of hours. The salt pulls moisture to the surface, turns it into a quick brine and then draws it back in. You get seasoning all the way through and a dry surface that's ready to grab onto any breading. Usually dry brines can sit overnight, but not here. These cutlets are too thin. If you leave them more than 2 to 3 hours, they will dry out in a bad way. Next, go ahead and set up a classic dredge, flour, beaten eggs, breadcrumbs, but here's the second fix. Use panko breadcrumbs mixed with equal parts of parmesan. Regular breadcrumbs are great for schnitzel, but panko is the secret to a water-resistant crust. The kind that can take sauce and melted cheese and still stay crunchy. Season the panko and parmesan mix with garlic powder, black pepper, and a dash of dried oregano. Dip the chicken pieces in flour first, dust off any extra, then into the egg mixture, coat it really well, and then into the seasoned parmesan panko mix. Now here's the third fix. Rest the breaded cutlets on a wire rack in the freezer for about 10 to 15 minutes before frying. This is going to lock in your breading onto the chicken and will keep your oil from filling up with stray crumbs. Cleaner oil equals cleaner flavor. And as they say, oil's well that ends well. While those rest, let's make the sauce. And here's the fourth fix, vodka sauce. Look, I love a good marinara, but vodka sauce just makes chicken parm feel festive. Start with minced garlic and diced onions in olive oil. Then, wait for it, a spoon of gochujang. Blame Shaq for this one, but a little gochujang gives heat, depth, and a tiny bit of funk that works shockingly well here. I also like adding half a tablespoon of tomato paste for greater acidity. Now cook this out until everything gets cozy and fragrant. Next, get your favorite bottle of vodka, add half a cup, give it a mix and let it sizzle. The alcohol will pull out flavor compounds from the aromatics and the heat will cook off the alcohol completely. Then go ahead and add a can of tomatoes, the best you can find. Season with salt, pepper and a touch of honey. Simmer this for a few minutes, move it to your blender and blitz it real smooth. Pour this back into the pot and add heavy cream plus parmesan until you hit that perfect orange. Taste it and adjust it for salt, sweet and acid because this is where you build judgment instead of following a recipe. Now pull out your chilled cutlets from the freezer, fill a third of your pan with oil and heat it to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I've been told olive oil is traditional, but I'm using rice bran oil today because it's neutral and cheaper. Use what you like. Fry each cutlet until the edges turn light brown and then flip. Takes about 1.5 minutes per side. If your cutlets are thicker, consider giving them another minute or so. And please resist the urge to poke them with a thermometer. That's going to break your crust and dry out the cutlet. Thin cutlets plus oil at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 90 seconds will get your cutlets cooked. Once they're done, rest them on, you guessed it, a wire rack. Now this is the next fix and it really matters. The steam inside these cutlets needs to escape from every side. If they sit flat on a plate or a paper towel, that trapped steam will soften the crust and all your crunch is gone. If you don't have a wire rack, here's a hack. Balance them on a couple of chopsticks or forks. After a few minutes of resting the cutlets, spoon a little vodka sauce into an oven-safe pan. Slide in 1 or 2 cutlets, some more of that vodka sauce on top, and then a generous snowfall of parmesan, thinly sliced low-moisture mozzarella, and then another light hit of parmesan. Once the sauce on the bottom starts to bubble, slide the pan under a broiler or into a 200 degrees oven or even an air fryer for about a couple of minutes until the cheese melts and gets that light leopard spotting on top. Pulls it out, onto the plate, finish with more parmesan, chopped parsley and a drizzle of olive oil. Folks, this chicken parm is exactly what you want in winters. Something warm, crunchy and comforting that basically gives you a hug. Now if you're like me, you're wondering, can we take this even further? Happy to tell you, yes we can. For the sandwich, we'll start by making a quick garlic herb butter. Mix together some crushed garlic, chopped parsley and a splash of olive oil with softened butter. Grab your favorite bread. I'm using this crusty French loaf today. Trim the ends, split it open and spread that garlic butter on both sides. Toast until golden. Now for the sandwich, you want a slightly different top layer on the chicken. So go ahead and lay a few strips of prosciutto or any good ham on top of that cutlet. Then add thin slices of mozzarella, a snowfall of parmesan and slide it under the broiler or an air fryer. No sauce yet. Let the cheese melt and wrap around the cutlet like a blanket. While that's happening, spread a little of that vodka sauce on the bottom piece of the toast. And once the cheese melts on the cutlet, place it on top, spoon on more sauce, add a few basil leaves and finish it all with a drizzle of olive oil. Close the sandwich, wrap it like they do it at the deli. Finally, cut the sandwich slightly diagonally. And listen, here's the thing about this sandwich. The more you eat it, the more it convinces you that this might be the only correct way to eat chicken parm. Now, if you like crunchy, there's this ridiculous egg sandwich from St. Louis that will blow your mind. Watch this video next to see how I make it.